let's see if this actually worked, if I fixed it. If not, I'm gonna be pissed. All right. So we have video. We're back. All right. That's so freaking annoying because now I'm gonna have to freaking transfer over the data from the other one to this one. And yeah, it's gonna be freaking annoying. Let me fix that really quick. Hey, what's up, Toku Punk? I was live and then freaking I don't know what happened. My videos, like, I changed some settings. My video keeps freezing. I have no idea what's going on. Ever since, like, I had freaking window updates and it wouldn't let me it wouldn't it wouldn't let me like not install them. It did automatic updates and I wasn't paying attention. So I kind of screwed myself over. And yeah, now I'm just fixing this. It's kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually really annoyed right now. Because, you know, and I wonder if I'm having internet outages again, because like they've been updating the internet in my area for a while now, and yeah, I can go to sleep. So sadly, I was talking about Gotchard when we were rudely interrupted by stupid computer shit, and I was talking more or less about my issues with Gotchard right now, not just from a chemi card collecting standpoint, which, by the way, I just need legend parallels, and I'm going to be spending some money on those. But also the fact that, hey, Charles, also the fact that, you know, also now I'm kind of mad because I had everything set up on the other live schedule, and then I had to just put this one live, and all the information, I had to, like, reset everything. So I'm basically... I guess we should do an overview. I'm going to start back from the beginning. We're going to start over because we're only live for like 10 minutes. So this episode, this week, I'm going to be talking about toys like normal. I'm going to be talking about my chemi card collection, what's going on with that, my issues with Gotchard right now, because I did my review, which wasn't really a review for episode 5. And there's some opinions people had on my outlook on it. And I was like, well, you know, so now I gotta actually go back and be like, there we go. Let me allow 1 second. Boom, done. There we go. Fixed. Everything is fixed. Everything is awesome. Try not to lose my cool about it. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. I'm not gonna be building any kits this week. I don't really have too much time to dedicate to that, so I can't do the full like 2+ hour stream like I normally do because I'm still working on my very, very Cosmic Fury detailed video review. You're getting the regular the K Touch because I have the 21 version. I just want the regular version. Nice. I have the regular CSM for the Decade driver also. I never got into like the K Touch or the K21 version. I'm not the biggest Decade fan. And I gotta be smart with my money. Like I tell everyone when it comes to my collection for Toku merch, when it comes to drivers anyways, I want all the main rider drivers, and that's really it. That's all I really want to do. And yeah. Oh, Justin, so asking a good question. Favorite Kamen Rider show so far, and show up. I know a lot of people don't. That was actually the first like Showa one I saw. For Heisei, Blade, 100%. Um, if I think it's phase, if we go phase 1 and phase 2, Blade for phase 1, for phase 2, I think Ghost falls in the category of phase 2. And then Reiwa, that's tough because we're not that many shows deep, but from what we've got so far, I'm actually gonna put Saber in there for now. It's close with Revice actually. I loved Geats, but I enjoyed Saber more. Saber's what kind of got me back into creating Toku content also, so I'm kind of biased about that. But I do also have every Wonder Ride book, so there's that. But that's probably it for my favorite seasons of those, anyways. But yeah, so the Gotchard stuff, dude, okay. My issue with Gotchard is I like a slow burn. I will tell everyone I like slow burns. I like that pacing more than action, 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 pushing through the story, sacrificing the personal side of the characters just for like pedal to the metal, just going gung ho with action and craziness and jumping from like plot point to plot point to plot point. I like a slow burn, okay? But when it comes to Gotchard, if you're gonna have a slow burn, you need that impending threat, that impending doom, that that sense of urgency, like the threat always there. But I'm not getting that with Gotchard right now. Like, right, and before the other stream crashed, I compared it to Pokemon in a pacing standpoint, where it's like right now we're in the part where Ash is just trying to catch Pokemon and get to the next town, right? The the action, the real good action, isn't when he's, avoiding, you know, Team Rocket, this and that. It's when he's going for a gym badge, or the Elite Four or a tournament. That's when you're like, yeah, there we go, We're not at that point in Gotchard right now. We're still in the Otaro wants to be friends with all the chemies and wants to, you know, they're still introducing and setting all these foundation, which is fine. But 5 episodes in, and you have the three sisters basically confirming that they have a master, they have someone above them. So now to me, they're like, okay, they're sub bosses. They're not the main threat. They're technically underlings themselves. And I'm like, all right, I guess. Like that shouldn't have been something that was revealed, even though it was one sentence. That shouldn't have been revealed 5 episodes in. You save that for when you're like 15, 16 episodes in. Wait until like you have a major arc done. We're still in the introductory phases. You wait a little bit and then you find out here's, the big bad. Oh, that's a good question. All right. So I don't think all three. There's going to be a point where one of them is probably going to defect. And I can't guarantee it, but it's one of those things where it's like, it's going to happen. It's predictable. But if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to be mad. So, well, Geats is a special like twist because they were all competing. So we didn't need a villain yet this early on in Geats because they were just like, okay, it's a rider free for all, which I'm okay with. Geats handled that well to an extent. I'm like I said, the disaster arc and this not unnecessary. You know, it's mainly because I don't like, was it Shiromi or whatever, the dancing dude, when it became like the reality star show and they all knew it. But that's fine, like not have a villain because like clear cut, the whole thing was like, okay, we had antagonists along the way, which I'm okay with. You can have some antagonists. That's fine. That's why I thought Spanner would make a great antagonist in Gotchard, and that's literally from all the scans and stuff. I thought like his suit design, that's what I thought he was gonna be. And he kind of is, but I don't know. Let's think the state once they did the whole everything could be reset and refreshed after every game, we knew the stakes were low because it's like, okay, even from a story standpoint. So say, oh no, these people died. Well, it's going to be reset. , so it's like, okay. Do I like Saber more than Blade and Ghost? Hell no. No. Nothing will top Blade for me. As you can see, Blade. Once we get the house next year, I will have my whole Blade display case done so you guys can see just how much Blade merch I have, because besides all the CSMs, all the SH figure arts, the Shotos, I have various like Japanese McDonald toys. I have all the soft vinyls. I have the all the, I basically have a lot of different stuff for Saber or for Blade. I have a lot of their I have an RC car. I have a lot of different stuff. Okay, so a lot of people say they're hating the start and the acting of Gotchard. I only compare it to Blade from the fact that they capture the chemis and cards. This honestly to me seems more like a hybrid of like Forza with like Yu-Gi-Oh and like Pokemon. Um Dude, I have a lot of stuff. I have the cologne. I have the whole cologne set also. I have so much stuff I have a tote of just Blade merch. It's I even have oh, I don't oh I have the RAH, like the real action heroes. I have Garen and Blade. I need to get the King form stuff too at some point, hopefully. Like there's a lot of stuff. And I need to get the driver they released for Missing Ace, but that's expensive as shit. Like it's so expensive. Opinion on Agito and Kuga. I like Agito more. Kuga was good. Um, I find myself always doing this now, the thumbs up to people, especially when I'm leaving work and stuff like that. I'm like, and then I'd like try and make myself disappear. Um, I do enjoy Agito more, which is why I'm kind of mad about the manga right now, because I've read it digitally, like fan translated, and I'm waiting for the release, like the English releases from Titan and Stonebot to get better and release more timely, because the next volume's not coming out, I think, until December. But I do like that the manga ties them together more in a cohesive, which is really cool. Dude, the sick stuff for Blade is so good. Okay, so the hypothetical king form for Langle from the sick action figure, great. I have the 2-pack one that was, I believe, Blade and Garen. I also have the king form versions. I'm hoping I don't have it on display right now because I put it back in the box because it fell over. I have the bigger sick, statue ones. I have the Kuga and the Forze and the Ghost one, which I've done photos of and videos on. I was hoping we'd get something like that for Blade, because that'd be great. I love all the sick stuff is really cool. Even though the forms aren't canon, I do like them though. Oh, Stick, welcome in, sir. Yeah, we had some issues in the beginning, so I had to end the first one, and luckily there's no issues right now. Just chit-chatting about Gotchard and issues with that, and kind of talking about other stuff. And then I'm going to be talking. Oh, I didn't even say. So in the description, that's not at some point towards the end. I'm not building anything today. I'm going to be actually talking because people have been asking me. I'll be talking about like basically Q&A and also my own rants on creating a Toku merch line, using fourth wall, designing, this and that, because I guess more people are checking out my stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'll talk about it. And a good question involving me spending money. Am I going to buy all the toys for Gotchard this season? Hell no. I got the driver, and it came with a really crappy, low quality wrist thing that hurt my wrist. I am getting all the cards. As of right now, I just need 15 more parallel cards. This is including the legend parallels. And then I have all the cards released for phase 1. Obviously, I've completed all the cards for phase 0 because I only had to buy one box for that, which right here. That was loud. But toy standpoint, I'm not buying any. Sotos I always buy. So I already have my Sotos pre-ordered. But I did a video on that with the This Week in Candy Toys that I was really pissed that they're doing a hybrid of premium Bandai releases for the sodas, which look amazing, and then the regular releases. I really hate that. Oh, there's so many cards. Trust me. The Ryuki one's gonna be cool because we're gonna get a really badass dragon on it, and I'm all for it. I like dragons, so I mean, yeah, I like my dragons. Listen, there will be a stronger card. If I get dupes of a stronger card, I will send you one, and then I will sign one and send it to K20 because I know how much he loves stronger. I know it's his favorite Kamen Rider season. Because he just loves everything stronger, and he's a man of culture. But yeah, there's oh damn, there we go. Ooh, man, you're talking about forums. Okay, so the Geats form, I like the Buffa form. I saw they're doing like a repaint on Bujin Sword also, and I'm like, I don't want. I don't mess. Oh wait, no, I can swear it's been more than 30 seconds. I don't fuck with V Cinemas. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I just don't fuck with V Cinemas. Like, I watch the show, and then most of the time V Cinemas kind of like, I don't know, just give me an ending to a show. I don't. 01 did this, and I get it. There was a pandemic, and they continued the main story in their V Cinemas. That's different. But like, Revice V Cinemas were mid. Obviously the Revice Legacy Veil stuff was like peak. All right. The buff. Oh wait. Oh, we got Al Combo in here. Shout out to Al Combo in the stream. Another great Toku merch creator, just like Stickosaurus, who has merch. And we were actually talking privately, and I was like, man, I wish I could design shorts because Stickosaurus has shorts on his merch, and I can't figure out tweaking the patterns to make shorts, and I want to make shorts. I like the Buffa form. Okay, I do. I like the Buffa form, but I don't like the Bujin Sword repaint. I don't like the Geats repaint because all those they're repaints. So Buffa really is the only one who it's like a kit bash, but at least it's not just his regular form repaint. His form just repainted. So yeah, they're all repaints. Favorite saber form. Okay. So if you can't tell, this whole shelf and half of the shelf are all the Saber Sotos. I like Dragonic Knight, and I really like Cross Saber, but Dragonic Knight and Primitive Dragon, not Elemental Dragon, Primitive Dragon. Those three top forms for me. Bujin Sword from a final form was great. Geats, 9? I don't like the all white with some red. Like, I like purple and red and blue and like black and stuff like that. All white, no. Okay, dude, when they did that photo of the cross saber one with the swords, all the swords behind it, like as an arc, I was like, all right, if they release as a SH figure art, if those swords are not included, and I have to use all the swords from all my other SH figure arts, because I have most of the Saber SH figure arts, and I'm retired from SH figure arts. I'm just waiting because they're too expensive. But the next SH figure art I'll get is going to be cross saber. I'm not getting any other SH figure arts at all for Kamen Rider. That's it. I'm done. Oh, that helmet was good. I like that form. Like, as much as I was like kind of like on the fence with Gotchard, still I am. The Ant wrestler was so good. Like, I mean, and the fact that they got the guy from was it wasn't DDT. It was that other wrestling promotion in Japan. The and well, no, the villain dude, the big tall dude, he was a wrestler in DDT. The Asahi Wrestling School, that's all fictional, but the fact that they got a wrestler from DDT to be there was like pretty cool. Storios, I like the form. I didn't the motivation was shallow and out of nowhere, and it wasn't really built up over the whole entire show. But like I said, Saber gets the asterisk next to the show. when you look at all the issues while they were filming, people getting sick, quarantine, this and that, they still gave us a show. Were there plot holes and some inconsistencies? Yes. Did some stuff drag out? Yes, because they had there was they gave us a show during a pandemic. So I feel like it's unfair to be so hard on that show. Yes. I'm just going to highlight all of us praising Ant Wrestler. We need a wrestling themed Toku show for Kamen Rider. Like I know there's been some indie ones, but I need a Kamen Rider where it's literally just wrestling. And that's it. Like, and I want to be on it. I want to be one of the managers. Let me be like the Paul Heyman. Let me be like the mouthpiece for one of them. Because exactly. So like, yeah, if you look at everything that they wanted to do with Saber, because they released the book that went over all the story stuff they wanted to do with like the traveling swordsman and this and that, and I was like, that would have been good. It's one of those, man, what could have been? But what we got was still not bad. Yes, let's all praise wrestling. Wrestling, yep. Kamen Rider, yep. I know that's what I heard. There was also one with was it the Go Buster, whatever, the Go On, what that one had like some wrestling moves. I saw the clip and I retweeted it and I was like, I kind of want to get that, Gotchard. Okay, here's a Gotchard one. Dude, okay, Hodoro is annoying. That's the thing. He's think about it this way. He's overly optimistic, overly friendly, kind of not ignorant, but like, there's a bliss in the ignorance, obviously. Like he just wants to make friends with all the chemis, this and that. But then when you saw the Bushido one that was like not just wanting to instantly be his friend, there's going to be it's character work. The overly optimistic, happy-go-lucky, friendly character is going to have that wall where the world around him is going to come crashing down. He's going to become that pessimistic, out of character type. That might be when we get the berserk form, So I think that's good storytelling that he's so happy and happy-go-lucky and friendly and wants to be friends with everyone because it's going to annoy everyone. But we all know when that crack happens. Yeah. Yeah, that power bomb. Oh, dude, you give me a good power bomb. That's all I need. Now, if I get like 20 episodes in and I've only seen like 3 power bombs, I'm going to start to shit on the show because I'm like, I want power bombs. That's all I want. Yeah, but like, there's the thing, and this is why like the latter half of 01 Saber, I'm not harsh on them. I'm not overly negative because it happens, Whoa, let's not talk about the main character of 01 like that, okay? Fua is the main rider. Fua is the main rider of 01. Like, especially in the beginning of the show, like I didn't care about a lot of the robot stuff and this and that. I really enjoyed Fua just because he's kind of a dick, and I like that. Okay, so I hate Zero as a season. I'm just gonna get that out of the way right. Let's rip the band-aid off. I hate that season so much. Yes, it gave us some Blade stuff that like nostalgia and hit me here, but from an overall retconning everything that happened to a lot of different shows pissed me off. But that suit, holy shit. That suit was so good. That's one of my favorite suits in Heisei Phase 2. Like it's so good. But yeah, no, I hate that season. I hate that season so much. Dude, Fua was the ops for sure, and that's why I liked it. He was a hater. He was such a hater, and I'm like, that's me. That's me in real life. Like if I was in his position, I'd be such a hater. I would never got a redemption arc too. I would have never turned around. I would have stayed a hater the whole time. And yeah, there you go. Best tension sequence. Like when he wasn't chosen or authorized and he took the progress key and he would just rip it open. I was like, this man right here, that's main character. That's a main character stat right there. That is an action that only a main character could pull off, not a secondary or tertiary writer. He is the main character of that whole first tension he did. Like you got to use your anger to open the gimmick, like, and you're gonna punch the bullet. I'm just saying that, like, he's nah, he's top. He's top tier. I even have, well, you can't really see all up there. I have the big statue of him as well up there because gotta support the peak characters. That's why you don't see a lot of Gaim stuff in my collection. 01 is a lot of people's least favorite. You know, I know, I get it. Relix time was kind of peak, honestly, but like I said, I'm still giving my opinion. I don't fuck with V cinemas because that's just. But okay, so we gotta talk about Gotchard stuff really quick. We'll rip the band-aid off. So I am still watching the show. I may take a break from reviewing it just because I kind of want to let it simmer. I want to see what they're cooking. Right now, I feel like if I had to review it every week, I'd be a little more pessimistic about the show. So I think I'm gonna take a break until of reviewing it until episode 10. See how I feel. Because I have a lot of other stuff I want to work on. Like I'm still doing this freaking filming for this Cosmic Fury review. And this is gonna be like the most work I've put into something. Like I'm filming in multiple locations. I'm filming with my freaking Rebel T5. I'm freaking filming in the kitchen. I'm filming, outside because like I'm trying to like do something new, and that's a lot of work. And I already work like 50 hours a week, so I don't got a lot of time. So I gotta pick and choose what I'm working on. And I'm also, like I said, I'm not building anything to stream, so I'm gonna be talking about like Toku merch and stuff in a little bit. I'm also working on more merch stuff. I've got like 3 or 4 more designs I'm about to drop. I'm trying to just get all my stuff done from the merch standpoint for the rest of the year so I can kind of like chill, recoup, and like plan in the spring, because there's going to be a time where I'm not going to have, when we move and find a house and house hunting, I'm not going to have time to really like do a lot of stuff. So I'm like, let me get all this stuff done. Let me enjoy my holidays. Let me rest. Dude, this Cosmic Fury review is unhinged. I will give you guys a little inside baseball on it. There's a whole point where I film a portion of the review while I'm taking a shit. I'm not even joking. Like me, cheeks on the toilet seat and reviewing some of it. It's out there. Like I'm always in the lab. I'm always in the lab. I'm always cooking. See, Marcus cook. Yep. I gotta cook. Like, it's just every once in a while, like something strikes me for what I want to do for content, and then that's all I think about. Like, I don't script my videos, which I've been very transparent about. I take bullet points when I watch a show, but I just freaking, I hyper fixate on it. That's why I was like, all right, the merch, and then this Cosmic Fury review. Even, I was trying to get some comic stuff done, and even then I'm like, no, I can't. Oh, where I like outside of my street, but where I live is like public. It's not my social media. I'm in San Diego, California. It's it's on my X or Twitter account. I have videos on this channel where I've actually done toy hauls and showcase some local stores out here, mom and pop stores and stuff in San Diego. That's actually what I was starting this channel for, because my podcast is more or less, I was talking before the pandemic, because I started in 2019, was okay, all the nerdy stuff you can do in, San Diego and LA, look like stores where to get the good deals. But then everything shut down, and I was like, all right, let's find some content to do since I can't go anywhere, and then Toku, you know, garbage state. Are you talking about dude? Cali's where it's at, man. Okay, like it's like it was 97 degrees yesterday, and it's also in the 90s today, and I hate it, but I don't, I don't. What are you talking about? This is you talking? Like, no, we ain't talking about the. I, I don't know why you. Oh, you're talking about New Jersey. Oh, listen, no, I'm from. Okay, you're talking about Jersey. Listen, I grew up in Connecticut, Long Island, New York. I got family in Jersey. Been to Jersey a few times. No offense, fuck New Jersey. Okay, like no, it's no disrespect. It's I will never go back to New Jersey unless it's a paid gig. I'll go. If I'm making money, I'll go to any state. There are certain states I won't go to for free though. Oh, all right. Anime Expo. We don't talk about Anime Expo. Like so many people were like, I had friends who were getting salty because I still have press credentials. I tell everyone I got them over here. So a lot of people ask, and I barely talk about it. I've got press, media, press. Like I've been doing press in media and industry since 2008. So yes, I do have press and journalism, credentials and this and that. Been to a lot of states for conventions. Anime Expo, I had friends who were salty because like I still have friends in the industry, even though I don't do anything from a journalism side, and I got the industry pass. So they were all up there. They drove up to LA. I was already up there, and they were like, "Man, it took us forever to get inside." I was like, "Yeah, no, I was watching from the top of the escalators." And they're like, "What time did you get in there?" I'm like, I entered in around like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I was just looking down. And I was like, "Man, they're in that sea of people somewhere." It's like I feel bad, but at the same time, it comes with the gig. You get paid. But I'm never gonna go back to Anime Expo probably because it was it was overwhelming. It's too much. Just like San Diego Comic Con, that was a lot too. And man, I can't deal with thousands of people anymore. Like, let me go to small conventions. Let me go to like Power Morphicon. What's the other one? Anime Kanji, which is one that's here in San Diego. Let me go to Anime LA, like the Chibi or Anime Expo Chibi, which they do in like November, which is like a smaller, more niche, not as extravagant. Like, let me go to these little ones. Let me go to these more chill, vibed environment conventions. I'm like Alabama goes to like the Ranger Stop and Pop or Pop and Stop. I always get those names messed up. And it's like those are my kind of conventions. I don't need these big ones anymore. So Anime Expo, I'm done with. I'm kind of retired from that stuff. You said New Jersey smells like garbage or McDonald's. I mean, listen, there's a McDonald's near my work, and sometimes I'll go outside and vape, chill on my break, and I'll smell the Big Macs and the French fries, and I'm just like, McDonald's smells good, but I'm not gonna eat it. I don't really eat fast food. Yeah, small cons are the best. Like I prefer it. I enjoy it more. It's not even that you get to see more. I feel like when you meet any of the guests, they're less like not stressed. But you figure if you're at a big con like a San Diego Comic Con, New York Comic Con, which is about to start up, which I'm mad because I could go, but it's so expensive to fly from San Diego to New York that I'm passing on New York Comic Con this year for like the third year in a row. And of course they're gonna have the Blazar and Ultraman regular like suits there and this and that. Like, and I'm like, man, I would go there and be like, so Subarai, how much for the suit? I'll be like Racco Raccoon and Guardian. Be like, oh, that's a nice suit you got there. I want it. Yeah, but so like I noticed like it's not even like no names and stuff like that because a lot of there are some really good East Coast ones out there that I've been to. I've been to a lot, even the smaller ones. For example, in Connecticut, where I grew up, there's one called Connecticon, and they have TerrorCon, which is a horror convention. And they still get really good guests. The thing is with the big cons, yeah, if you just want to get a signing, a photo op, big cons are great. But I've noticed with the smaller ones, even when there's big guests there, they're not as tired from having to deal with thousands of hundreds of thousands of people every day. So they'll sit there, they'll chit chat with you. You can have a conversation with them compared to when you're at a bigger convention. It's kind of like a revolving door. Okay, walk up. Oh, hey, big fan, love doing this. Sign this, pose for a photo op. Next person, Um, bro, New York is expensive. I spent so much money when I was in New York last year. Ugh. Between the Lego store, Wizarding World, food, like my wife's all like, "Oh, I want to go here for a fancy dinner this night." And I'm like, "Bro, there's a vendor right over there who's doing some chicken shawarma. That's what I want. Like that's what I want. Like, dude, so jealous. So jealous. They even got like who was it? Um I'm only mad because Image Comics is gonna be there with like Ryan Parrott, Kyle Higgins, Melissa Flores, and all them, and they're doing some Massiver stuff, and they have exclusive stuff there. And I'm like, damn it, I want to go. Luckily, I have a friend who's also going, so I hit him up. I was like, hey, if you have time, can you like hook your boy up? Like, I'll just send you the money. You just let me know, like what you need, what you got over there, and I'll just I'll send you money. Let's see, what's this? Rank these from worst to best. 01 Saber, Revice, Geets, Gotchard. I'm not gonna count V cinemas or anything like that. I put right now because it's not done. I have to put Gotchard at number 5 because it's not finished. I can't judge an unfinished product, so it's at 5 slash like incomplete. 4 would be 01. 3 would be Revice. 2 would be Geets, but 2 and 3 are almost tied, and then 1 would be Saber. And we have a $5 super chat from Zygarde. I still don't have my soundboard because I'm unprofessional. So Zio's probably going to make fun of me for that because I don't have my soundboard, even though I have all the equipment. John says hi, and he bought the Blade model kit because you peer pressured him. All right, Zygarde. I'm glad he did, but did he get the optional effects part kit? I need to know. You need to find that out for me. You need to find out if he bought the optional effects part. Because if he didn't, we're bullying the shit out of him until he buys it. I don't condone bullying unless it's to get people to spend money. So I need you to do some ops for me. I need you to find out if he didn't buy the optional effects parts kit, which is like right there, which has the cards and like the little effects around it and stuff. If he didn't get that, he needs to buy it. Cloudy with we're just gonna imagine Cloudy said Time Fire, even though that's Zio soundboard. I don't even know. He didn't. Okay, we need to shame him. Shame him until he gets it. No, it is peer pressure. It is peer pressure. If anything, we're helping him. We're helping him because he bought a peak model kit for a peak Common Rider season, but it's incomplete. It's incomplete. Like he doesn't have the whole. Because all right, so if no one knows about the Figure Eye standard model kits, they don't come with anything other than the rider, maybe some weapons, maybe some extra hands, and that's it. Blade is the first and only set to get an effects part kit for it because it deserves it. It deserves it because it's peak. It's the best. You're gonna buy it. You're gonna buy it right now. I want you to buy it right now and DM me proof. You don't have to DM me proof, but you gotta buy it though. You need it because it's so good. Build it right now too. Like keep the stream going, obviously, because I need the analytics. The analytics help me. But I need you to go build it right now and let me know what you think of it because it's great. It's so good. It's if I could build another one of it, I would. If I could maybe like not be lazy and set up my 3D printer somewhere, I'd print upgrade pieces and make it the king form if I could. But that is not an option because I'm lazy. And technically, yes, but it was included with another set. So it don't count. It don't count. If it has to be a set, effects and extra parts on its own as a set. Oh, you don't got it yet? Okay. Oh, I want you to think about building it. I want you to imagine yourself. I want you to imagine building it. Manifest it in your mind. The peak that you will have on display when it is over. Yeah, he is. He's gonna buy it. He's gonna buy it. I am thinking about building because it's not Toku, but I have so many like gunpla kits that I'm thinking about like finding a day dedicating to another stream I could do where I just build all my Gundam kits because my backlog's bad right now, and I just bought the Figure Eyes standard amplified Exodia and the Blue Eyes White Dragon and 3 new SDW heroes released, and I have all the master grade and high grade Gundam Unicorn kits, all of them still unbuilt. And I have the 1/100th Penelope from Hathaway clear color that I have not built. I have the realistic perfect grade RX-78. I have tons of other clear color ones. Like I just finally built the hanger display, and it's on my other side of the apartment for the clear color Infinite Justice that I got. Clear color Infinite Justice is so clean of a model kit because it's like pink and some like pink shades, and it's not all clear color. It's such a good kit. Like Gunpla is mm, mm. Right, our coffee. I don't want to make anymore because I already had 2 cups and it's Death Wish coffee, and I'm not trying to freaking have diarrhea. Okay, yeah. So I usually do 1/144th. What happened was 2 years ago, Bandai did a pop-up Gundam shop here in San Diego, and then eventually they opened a permanent store in their flagship store. And I bought a few kits throughout the week, but on the last day, they started to save, having to pack stuff up. They literally just were like deals on everything, and I was like, I guess I'm gonna spend some money on some Gundam. My wife, we were engaged at the time. She was not happy. I have some videos on the channel. If you look up Bandai or like Gundam stuff, like there's like literally a photo. I think one of the thumbnails is me with like 4 big, huge Gundam bags from Bluefin, like just full of kits. Do you think USA should adapt Kamen Rider like US adopts Power Rangers? Do you think will it ever happen? Maybe. Should it? No. It's 2023. All right. Here's the thing. Just give us official releases with subs or dubs even. Look at Ultraman Blazar right now. Look at what they did with Ultraman, what Zat and everything else like that they started dubbing on Subaraya Productions YouTube channel. Like that's what you do. We don't if you look at the cost of a company deciding to license the IP, then they have to pay writers to adapt it. Then they got to pay actors. That's not why not just have put some money in the pockets of voice actors and just do some dubs. That's all they need to do. Subaraya Productions is the prime example of how you can release Toku in the West, and they're killing it. Yeah, the numbers have dropped a bit with Blazar but it's like still it's on YouTube. No one has to spend. We could watch it without having to spend money. All right, and I have all the Mill Creek Blu-rays and DVDs. I even have all the stuff that's been released for Kamen Rider too. I'm still pissed. Kamen Rider V3 cost me $115, but the company has actually shut their doors, so I'm okay with the fact that I did pick it up. Oh no, I don't go to Hobby Lobby. I won't, because when they do deals, it's good. But I also have a little family-owned shop I go to out here, and I plug them on social media all the time. They're called Gunzo, so it's like Gunzo. They get everything in. They're so nice. I always go in there. They're friendly. They have an online shop. They do free shipping if you spend certain amounts, and they're really good on their prices. I love them so much. But anytime I go to Hobby Lobby, I go and look, but out here they don't have a lot of kits. I think they get cleared out pretty quickly because of where that one's located. There's not really any other shops that have gunpla kits, so they're almost their shelves are usually empty whenever I go there. Honestly, no, I'm not gonna. Nope. That's why I try and avoid anytime at a convention. I try and avoid Bandai because anytime I don't, I end up buying like Dragon Ball Z, like SH figure arts, and I don't even have any on display, and I keep buying them, and it's really kind of annoying me because I bought the Majin Vegeta one this year, and then I bought from the Cell Saga the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan with Goku as a spirit for like the father son Kamehameha wave. Did not need to buy either of those, but I did. Almost got the Raditz with the Kid Gohan, but then I was like, listen, I need to cut that out. Can't be spending all that. I need to like avoid. So Bandai, me and Bandai, we have a sordid history. Just clearing up these tabs really quick. All right, so let's see if I can share my tab without this stuff. Like, okay, realistically, I have my new computer. This should not be like an issue for me with my video quality and cutting out because I got a freaking 4060 Ti in the son of a bitch. All right, and I got fiber internet. I got freaking i9 quad core here. I got 32 gigs of RAM. I got 4 terabytes internal on a VMe. Like I shouldn't have any issues. So the fact that my stream kind of cut out was kind of annoying. I want to talk about some new pre-orders. I want to talk about toys. I don't like the way this looks. There we go. Because toys are a thing. So we got to go over the new pre-orders like normal. If anyone cares, you guys can spend $26 on a Black Sun acrylic display logo. I do not like Kamen Rider Black Sun. I have been on the record. I have not finished it. I got 5 episodes in, and I was like, this is not doing it for me. This isn't my giblets. There's no tingle. So I stopped watching it. Because if you're not going to get a tingle on the giblets, don't watch it. Don't watch it. It's not worth it. You need the giblet tingles. This is the big one. This is what everyone's talking about. This is what I'm talking about. I'm not confirming or denying that I pre-ordered this because I as much as I troll Gaim and this and that, this is probably one of my favorite looking drivers. I like the idea of it. I like it a lot. But I don't have one. The price is upsetting me because it's $465. But the fact that they have all this extra stuff it does, like there's LEDs throughout the whole driver and in the center, and there's animations that simulate the cup being filled. Like there's the only downside is I do believe the DX lock seeds don't work with it. The lock seeds are not guaranteed to work. And also CSM lock seeds are not guaranteed to work with the DX, so vice versa. But man, like this, and it has a kill switch. Like that is destruction sound. Like how can 460? Yeah. Okay. So I have this thing, right? I have this thing called like I have a terminal illness. And it causes me to like buy shit like this. So that's what I was thinking. Because I waited and I got the Kamen Rider Amazon's CSM because it got clearance down to like $89, and then they were doing the 50% off clearance, not the buy one get one, just the 50% off all clearance. So I got the Amazon's driver for under 50. Then I got the CSM, whatever that newer Sengoku crappy one they released. I got that one for like 60. So I was like, I don't, but the GameStops out here are unreliable, and sometimes they don't even show up. But this just looks really cool. Like, and I'm not the biggest Gaim fan, so for me it's tough to like pre-order it. But at the same time, I like this driver a lot, and so I'm on the fence. I don't know if I'm going like. I'm like 50-50 on pre-ordering this right now because I love the driver, but it's 465 freaking dollars. And I do have, the Fi stuff coming out at the beginning of next year, like the Fi's Edge and the CSM and the other one that got it. Like, so I don't know. I'm torn right now on what I'm gonna do. Um, I may hopefully when I'm another thing that I do, and I so whenever a CSM like this is announced, just like when Memorial Edition stuff for Super Sentai is announced or Ultraman, I sit back and I wait. And I wait for people who want the CSMs or the Memorial. Prime example, like the Gertlinger and the what's the Gertlinger and what's the one that Two Kaiser had, the one with the little pirate ship wheel. So when all the Memorial stuff for that stuff was announced, I was like, man, you know, I want those. I want the DX ones because I was like, the Memorial ones are cool, but I knew when the Memorial ones come out, people are going to be like selling their DX ones to finance there, and they're not going to get retail price. They're going to be desperate. They're going to take a cut. They're going to take a hit on the price. So I was getting all that stuff cheap. So my thing is, I'm hoping now that this is announced, maybe people will start selling their DX versions to get rid of them. But because they're either not factory sealed or this and that, I'll be like, swoop right in and pick them up because that would be nice. All right, just 3D print a whole ass Genesis soda machine that hooks up to like one of those like Soda Stream like things you can get at like Target to make your own soda. That's not bad. No, I'm not gonna do it. Too lazy. Not, and then obviously they have the energy lock seeds that are announced. Like that's the thing too, is, dude. This is the cool thing. We got a guy in display, Daiza, right? And they have the Genesis driver and the Sengoku one, but then they have like toppers separate. I'm like, separate? Really? You ain't gonna include them? Like, I'm all for Daizas. I love Daizas. I have a whole bunch, even though I don't have any. Like, I have the 2 up there, but I have more on my bookshelf, like in the other room and on the corner. I have some more drivers on display, but I'm not spending extra for the toppers. Okay, like I will go and get a PNG file. Right here, you guys. Okay, you guys want a little tip? Get PNG files of the logos, right? Because there's nothing different for these Daizas. These Daizas are the same regular Daizas that you can get on like via Buy Amazon, like this and that. You get them like $20 each, right? Okay. Here's what you're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. You get a PNG file for the logo you want, right? Black and white, could be color, doesn't matter. Just look up local printing, see who can print stickers like laminates, whether vinyl stickers, this and that. Then put that shit on top of your Daiza. Save yourself some money. Trust me. Don't want to, Oh, that necklace? Oh, you mean the $105 necklace? Which I think it's more once you. No, it's 105. Dude, I like it, but man, there's no way I am spending. Nope. Also, I don't wear necklaces. Like I don't wear, like I'm married out like right now because I'm home and I like haven't really done anything. Like I was doing dishes, so I don't have my wedding ring on. But like other than that, I don't rock jewelry. Like that's not my thing. That's just not it. Also, you could just get the buckle by itself for $330, which is not worth it. Um, there's not really much more. Like so Action Q, I love Action Q, but like they haven't really been consistent with releases. And they're just doing a plain Mighty Morphin Red Ranger with the dragon shield on it, and I was like, that's not worth picking up, honestly. And then, dude, this is the most ass thing ever. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. Like the whole desire, the GGP entry race set. I'm not even gonna entertain the idea of that. Good question. Do I like Kamen Rider more than or Super Sentai? I've been watching Kamen Rider since 2004. Super Sentai I only recently got into in the last couple of years, like 2 years or so, not even. I started with Zenkaiser when it was airing, and then I went back and watched Rio Soldier, Kiramager, Magi Ranger, Zoojer, and I fuck up the names a lot. I am gonna be watching right now. I'm watching Live Man, and then I'm gonna watch Jetman after that. But I want to watch the one where the Zord has a erection that's a train, like a train boner. I do want to watch that one at some point because that seems very intriguing and entertaining to me. Um, dude, I have every season and all the movies on an external hard drive. Like I have an 8 terabyte external, and there's a folder of every Kamen Rider and film, every Super Sentai, every Ultraman that has not been physically released, because once I get a physical release, I don't support downloads. I have a whole bunch of Metal Hero ones, and then I have every every Garo also. So I have almost, and then I have an indie folder full of things like Dogengers, High School Heroes, the most peak indie Toku ever, Waku Saver. Yeah. I think I have the DVD of Car Ranger because when FYA was closing down, I picked up like 5 Super Sentai season DVDs. I gotta go check. They're somewhere in the apartment. Yeah, I took a boat trip to Japan. And I was like, oh, it's like a cruise, but with pirate ships, pirate flags and everything on it. And I was like, oh, okay. Dude, Don Brothers, I still okay. So now that I'm getting into more Super Sentai, I don't know how I feel about Don Brothers. Like Don Brothers was so unhinged, right? It was so unhinged, and it was so like entertaining because I didn't know like it was just all over the place. It was like ADHD, like but good and all over the place, and like I enjoyed it, right? But now I'm watching other like Super Sentai seasons and seeing like a structure and like pacing and this that, I'm like, this show really was like out there. This show was really not the norm for Super Sentai. I still love it though. I think it's just so entertaining. Like Amamotaro, like the laugh is still in my head sometimes, and I'm like, yeah, it really is. Don Brothers was literally produced by Tubi. Okay, Tubi, a Toho division, just unhinged. Like, but yeah, it was dude. So I've been jumping around. Like, I'm trying to watch some of the older ones. So I'm gonna like I said, 5 Man, or not Live Man and like Jet Man are like the two that I'm gonna go through right now. I did watch like the one right before that one I watched. Was it Die Ranger, the one that they used the suits for Zeo, except for Power Ranger Zeo, except for the white one, obviously, or they'll use the white one for. They didn't use all the suits at all. Um, that one. Yeah, that's the one I watched. I'm still getting used to the names, dude. Those names, I don't know how y'all say them. I don't even know how y'all spell them. I mess them up. I just end up being like Anger or Anger at the end of it, like because I was mess it up. Um, yeah, Die Ranger, that's the one. Okay, I'll just make sure. Have you tried the Voodoo Mountain Dew? Um, I I don't drink soda. I'll get zero sugar soda, but if I do, it's just like Coke Zero, maybe a Sprite Zero. Other than that, I drink water, whatever supplements I put in my shaker cup, like pre-workout and this and that. Like, no, I don't. Mark, why don't you collaborate? Well, every Friday I do a live stream on Zio Agato's channel. I join him for that. I've done a collaboration with Pronghorn Heroes when they were doing the Heroes Homemade. We made the Korean corn dogs. I've contributed to one of Marco Satsu's videos where they were ranking some of your favorite like Kamen Riders. I did the section that was for Kamen Rider Birth. So yeah, there's a lot of people I have dabbled and collaborate with. For me, like I work full time, right? So I don't have the luxury of an open schedule. And that's it. Like, and there are some people that don't like me in the Toku community. I've said that. Like, I'm brash. I'm a shit talker. Most time it's all in good fun. I'm the type where I don't say anything I can say. You know, I'll say anything in anyone's face. I don't really like hide anything behind anyone's back. So it's one of the things where it's like, you know what, like it is what it is. But like I've collaborated with a good amount. It's little contributions here and there. I just collaborating to me has to be a collaboration. Um, if someone comes to me and they're like, "Hey, do you want to do a video?" I'm like, "Okay, what do you want to do?" And they're like, "I don't know, it's up to you." That's not a collaboration to me. If you come to me and like, "Hey, I'm working on a video about this. Would you want to be a part of it?" And then I can feed in some ideas to it. Be like, "Yeah, let's make this work." Because if you just be like, "Hey, let's do something," and then a lot of people just don't follow through, and that's it happens with scheduling and this and that. So it's like I'm actually working on a collab with someone right now. Um, we started filming, and then if you saw my Twitter tweet, some teenagers filming TikTok videos for clout and destroying public property decided to smash my whole entire front window, and then I proceeded to chase them down while my maintenance guy was on the phone with the cops, and the cops got to the kids because the kids are stupid and there's already cops patrolling, and the cops got to the kids first, which they're lucky that happened. And yeah, so that ruined the collaboration. So we're refilming this weekend at some point. But yeah, I collaborate when the opportunity presents itself. I don't really reach out as much as I used to because, like I said, I got a lot going on. I work full time, so there's 50 hours a week right there. I stream Friday nights. I do the stream Saturday morning. Got the merch stuff I'm designing. So it's one of those things where it's like I don't want to collaborate just for the sake of collaborating. If I'm going to collaborate, I want to create something like unique, something that I think is going to be entertaining. I don't want to be like, "Hey, I'm reviewing this. Jump on and let's talk about it." It's like that's to me kind of boring, I guess you could say. And if I'm not going to be entertained, then I'm not gonna do it, honestly. Mark only drinks hard seltzer. Sunny Dean. I do not actually. I am sober. I have not drank alcohol in over 7 years. I am a sober person. I I wouldn't. But I'm curious now. Is okay? Wait, hold on. Y'all are telling me there's a hard seltzer Sunny Delight out there? Y'all getting bored with alcohol in the world? Where you guys are just like, what if we take seltzer, right? And mix it with one of the most mid non orange juice drinks ever. Honestly, if I did drink, I'd probably drink that, honestly. I would. I'm just not gonna lie to you. I'd probably drink that if I was a drinker, but nope. Uh dude, it sounds like a demonic drink. Like, damn. Moral of the story, I would do Watch Mojo's top. Listen, I would. And I'd be like, Blade. Everyone would hate that top five. I'd like Blade, Ghost, Wizard, Forze, and Skyrider. There we go. Yeah, it's fucked up. Like, nope. That's for you guys. You guys go to town with that. I will enjoy my coffee and my water and my pre-workout and my BCAA amino acids and stuff like that. And my B12. Like, you guys enjoy Satan semen in a carbonated. Nope. That's listen. Here's a word of advice. If you're talking to a girl and she's like, "Man, I really love the hard seltzer Sunny Delight." She is for the streets, okay? She's for the streets. Just that's a red flag. Speaking of red flags, hey Graph, how's it going? So we talked about this a while ago. Remember Bandai was all like, "Hey, we're gonna start going after these third-party China manufacturers who are making all these extenders and everything else for our Toku official releases. So instead, we're gonna start making our own." And they decided to make a high spec belt, which is basically a CSM belt for the Revice driver. and it comes with the Vice stamp holders. That shit's $100. All right, $100 fucking dollars. I'm spending money, but not on this trash. I'm sorry, this is a cash grab and a half. Who in their right mind is gonna buy this $100 CSM belt for the Revice driver? The Revice driver literally weighs 18 ounces. Feels like it would break if like you drop it. Like I'm scared to like drop mine. Like that's why I took it off of the display. But this is just obnoxious. This is the downside to Bandai being greedy and starting to shut down third party companies. Like $100, that's more than the driver itself. Okay, you can go on Baidu right now, Mercari, Baidu Japan. They got coupons right now for like up to 50% off shipping. In some instances, you can get free shipping. You can buy the driver for like what, $23 to $24 US on there. But when the Chinese third party companies were making these high spec belts were like $20 to $35 at most. It's ridiculously greedy. And there's not really outs out. I don't think that's been announced. Like the little pouch thingy, that's very cool, but I'm not buying that. I'm not buying any of the Fig Zero stuff. I really don't like the SH figure upgrade stuff because the price point, like the SH figures are already so expensive, and then you want the new, Phase Edge. Oh, $25 just for that little freaking sword, little upgrade for it. Oh, you want the little speaker thing? That's another 35. Screw that. Oh, Muscle Voltron. Nope. I'm not going to click on that because I'll pre-order if I click on that. Y'all don't even understand. I will pre-order the shit out of that. I like Voltron. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm a hypocrite because I love SH Figure Ultraman stuff, so I'll probably buy those too. Trying to see if there's anything else new since last week. A lot of stuff. I mean, obviously the Gabu revolver. I want it, but another ultra replica was announced. You know how I feel about these, especially anniversary ones for Nexus. Like this is. Oh, good question. Did I order the SP license? Yes, I did. Just because I wanted it. I missed out on the other one. Was it the Memorial? I don't forget what the other release was for it. I missed out on that. I saw this and I was like, I need that. But I'm slowing down a lot of pre-orders because I look at the release date and March is fine. We're not going to be like trying to get the house and stuff until like April or May. But oh my god, I need to pre-order this. No, that's the thing. I'll pre-order that off stream so you guys don't, I don't need you guys to see the information. You guys aren't my accountant, so the last one I'll talk about that's up for pre-order because all this other stuff I talked about. Yes, I did get the black beat. I already had the blue beat pre-order just because this also comes with the super blue beat parts. So obviously I had to pre-order this. But I talked about that last week. Is the Typhoon. This is tough because $450, right? But I like it. I like it a lot. And it's very detailed. It's very nice. It's delicious. But it's one of the things where it's like I need to cut back on CSM stuff because I need to be financially responsible. I am an adult, but at the same time, like I want it. Like I want this so bad. See, I know a lot of people didn't like Shin Commoner. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I like the pacing. I like how it was cut. I like how it was shot. Like, it's just so good, dude. It's always Beetle Blast summer. It's especially because it's technically fall and it was 100 degrees yesterday and it was like 95 degrees today. It's still summer in Cali, so yeah, it's always Beetle Blast summer. Financially responsible. Okay, so okay. The reason why I don't consider myself financially irresponsible because I've been smart with my money, right? I'm smart with my money, investments. I don't overspend. I set budgets every month for what I buy. But then when I do pre-orders, I start to be like, all right, so this comes out hypothetically June of next year, $450. That's a lot, right? So even if I did like Shopify paying for or this and that. If I do payments on anything, which is rare because usually I like to just pay for it all up front, I would take that monthly payment and deduct it from my monthly spending for like toys when I go on my spreadsheet for my month of my whole expenses. Or I'd be like, all right, so say I allot myself $300 a month on Toku toys and I only spend 100. Okay, that $200 rolls over to the next month. But that doesn't, and so on and so forth. Or I'll be like, okay, that 200 is going to get set aside. That is for future pre-orders, future releases, and I don't touch it. So it's all about keeping track. So it's like I'm not responsible. There's some months where I go over budget, and then if I do go over budget for a month, I deduct it from the next month's budget, which is why I was happy. Like Geats, their Soto releases were so sporadic, and I didn't buy a lot of Geats stuff. I think after I bought the beat buckle that was the white and black one with the Trust Last CD. Other than that, other than Sotos, which were like once every like almost 2 or 3 months, I didn't buy anything for Geats. So I was barely using any of my money that I had set aside for Kamen Rider Geats stuff because I didn't know how the toy releases were going to be and if I was going to anything was going to appeal to me. Now I kind of fucked that up because I started getting into the miniplas in the Udos, and we can actually we're not going to look at that's the last tutorial. So like I was pretty smart, like not getting into any of the Geet stuff. But if you want to hold on 1 second, I'm going to run in the other room really quick because the cats need to be fed and they're actually viciously attacking each other. Stop. All right, back. Dude, my kitten legitimately, when she's hungry, she comes over and just bites the top of my foot. She's like, bitch, where's my food? Give my food, bitch. Tired of waiting. Mini Plaza deserve the money. Oh my god, dude! All the SMP stuff that's been announced, and then the Super Shotos. So I just like if you saw the other streams the other weeks, like I bought all those freaking so many, and then that freaking turtle one that was like $145. Like I literally tapped out my whole entire October budget already with the pre-orders. So it's like, so I'm not really buying anything right now. Well, let me mute my mic so my shaker doesn't. I don't trust y'all, so I had to watch how I freaking use my shaker cup because I don't trust any of you guys to not do some messed up things. And I'd say what supplements I'm drinking, but they don't pay me, so I ain't saying shit. Do you prefer Kamen Rider shows with many riders or just a few? A few. I think the less characters, the better, because you can focus more on character development, story. You know, I I think if the balance was there proper, I think Ryuki was all right. Gaim handled it. I think out of like a really big, like multi-rider season, I think Gaim did handle it the best out of all of them. But then again, I'm okay with like 3 or 4 max. When you go back to like Showa stuff, you had one, and well, two. I think now with how merchandising is, we have to get forms every couple episodes to sell the gimmicks. Once Toei started realizing that merchandising that could be done with gimmicks and drivers, that kind of like gone are the day. Like even right now, I mean, so Vaseline, what was it, Valverado or whatever, Desperado, whatever his name is, he isn't a rider technically. Just like Shadow Moon is not a rider. I don't care if Black Sun called him Common Rider Shadow Moon. He is not a Common Rider. They can suck it. I don't care. Shadow Moon is not a Common Rider. They can freaking eat my ass. I don't care. It's not. If Gotchard had 2 max, which I don't think is going to happen, that'd be great. But we never know because the gimmicks are cards, so they have that revolving door of money. So Gotchard could get away with not having a lot of riders because they don't need to sell different belts. They got the gimmicks. It's the TCG. It's the cards. Smart. But really quick. Yeah, this is why I had to get it because the legs. I needed those legs for the Wan Tiger. I wasn't gonna get it, and then I saw everything combined with the turtle, and I was like, all right, that's how I'm displaying it. Like right now, it's pretty. You can't really tell. That freaking extreme King Osier is obnoxiously big. I got sneeze. I have the worst allergies in this, but yeah, that's what pissed me off. That's why I had to order it because I need those leg parts. And let's face it, everyone's gonna buy that for the leg parts, so people might resell the turtle, but I don't think anyone's gonna resell the leg parts. So do I risk it and not pre-order it and hope someone sells the leg parts, or do I wait and risk it and see if someone, they have the leg parts, but they sell the turtle cheap? I don't know. So I was like, I'm just going to pre-order it. Do I think Saber had too many riders? Yes and no. Yes, with the story that they presented to us, but like I said, Saber gets the asterisk because of everything that happened. But I think Saber handled the amount the best they could with, filming restrictions and COVID protocols and people getting sick and being quarantined. Um, you know, so they handled it well. Destiny has a good point. I think Riva, Revice didn't handle it. There's too many riders for how they dealt with it. If it was just the family, that'd been a fun thing. But I like demons. Veil made sense, honestly. Veil definitely made sense from a story standpoint, but once we had Aguilera and everyone was getting the demons, and we had over demons, and we had the demons troopers. I was like, this is stupid. Listen, I'm a man of many, many things. I'm an enjoyer of many things. Just how it is. Yeah, that Ami Ami is so good. I like Ami Ami. I don't talk about them enough. They're one of my go-tos. Obviously Mercari for via Bai. I actually have a guy who lives in Japan. That's where I get most of my stuff directly from. So like Sotos, Yudos, and stuff like that. I'll talk about where it's a mixture thing. We're talking like Sentai toys and how many riders have too many riders in a show. Yeah, that's the thing. There's a whole thing. It's like you have to abandon Aguilera. You're not her anymore. And then it's like you're Hana. And then next thing you know, it's like, nope, you're gonna be called Kamen Rider Aguilera. It's like, but you told me not to be that anymore. I mean, her suit was pretty cool. But yeah, no, there was There's like too much. Like I didn't. And then if you count the different riders, like so you have to count Evil and Live as two different riders, obviously. So it's like that's too much. Even though Evil was like the best suit in that whole entire damn show, besides Jack Revice, like and Vale. I like the Vale suit. But yeah, so I'm not building a model kit this week, like I said earlier in the stream, but I did want to talk about like merchandising and kind of just, if anyone has any questions about Toku merch, my store in general, setting one up. For those who don't know, poor timing on my part, I did a video on April 1st announcing my merch store. And branding wise, I called it Only Henshins. So you could see how starting a merch store and announcing it officially on April 1st could be an issue. But then naming it Only Henshins, a lot of people thought it was a prank. I'm not even going to lie. A lot of people thought I was joking. A lot of people didn't think it was a real thing until they actually went to the shop. Luckily, I had great friends who support me before I launched it. Like right now, me and Al's a great friend. We be cooking in the DMs, this and that, everything else. It's funny because very few people knew ahead of time. I think one of the only real people who knew before I launched it, I think, was K20 Customs, who's been on the podcast with me a few times now to talk because he makes great patches. He even has shirts. If you haven't already, he had a shirt that dropped, and he used Fourth Wall too, which is what I use, which I'll get into for his Henshin design. The Jetman one I wore, and I have to wash it because I got sweaty. Because that good quality shirts though. And paying for Only Henshins unless there's no lewds. Don't worry about that. There's no it's just a play on words. Don't worry, it's just merchandise. You're not going to see my feet or anything like that unless you're trying to pay extra. Yeah, dude, K20 is cool. Come on now, you gotta play yourself. I'll combo in here. That O's jersey. If it wasn't in the 90s right now, I'd be wearing it. Hopefully it cools off so I can wear it out in public because I'm just going everywhere naked. I'm full Beowulf when I go out now. I'm just like, nope. I'm bare minimum clothing because it's too hot. Can't survive. But yeah, so I use Fourth Wall and a lot of people because I've helped people set up Patreons, right? I've given advice to a few people. I'm really good with that stuff. Like for me, does K20 have Ryuki merch? Yeah, he has patches. Hit him up on social media. Go hit his link. He has an Etsy store and this and that. I do believe he has done some Ryuki patches because his main thing is patches, and then he has some shirts like the Henshin ones. And then he also has the Jetman shirt. I don't think I grabbed the one that had Ryuki on it for the shirt. No, this has double drive, build, revice, decade, and 01 on it. But he does a lot of patches, which the patches are not at my desk. They usually are. I think I was moving stuff around because I was trying to clean my desk. Yeah, he does patches, iron on, sewing on. Am I excited for Decade and Gotchard? I don't really like Decade. I've been on the record. I don't like the suit. I like the driver. I like it from an anniversary standpoint. Blade beat that ass, so that's the only thing I like about it. Yeah, dude, a lot of people use Fourth Wall because, like I said, I've helped a lot of my friends set up Patreons, whether they're podcasters, content creators. Fourth Wall has something called members, so they have their own built-in Patreon style that you can activate, which is really cool. And the cool thing about that is, like, people who are members on my Fourth Wall for Only Henshins, they get a discount on merch. And then every time I drop a wave, I tell everyone, hey, just general public, you have 1 week into the launch of Wave 2 to get Wave 1, and then it's going to be members only. I also have member only exclusive gear as well. I do plan on going through a whole video of the setting up process of creating an account, getting your shop set up. The cool thing is it has integration with all your other things. If you stream on Twitch, you can actually have your shop integrated. So you can sit there and say you have 20 viewers. You're like, all right, everyone in here use exclamation point such and such. And then you could do a giveaway for your own merch. And it picks the person, it sends them a link to their email, they fill it out, and then it processes the order and sends it to them. There's a lot of integration with Fourth Wall that is really good. That's why I chose to pick it. YouTube wise, there's not integration yet for live. If you watch a lot of my videos, you'll see the merch underneath the video or the store tab on my channel, which is great. But yeah, if you're a content creator and this and that, like Fourth Wall is just it. And if you do have any questions, DM me. I do have a referral link, which I should put in the description of the video, and you actually get some extra credit, so you can use that credit to order your own samples. So for example, like this right now, what I'm wearing is the sample of my Night of the Living Buffa shirt, which I like horror. It's October, so Night of the Living Dead, one of my favorite zombie movies, big Romero fan. So I was like, that's a no-brainer. For wave one, I had this Scott Pilgrim vs. World inspired Nago Beat shirt, which my light is affecting the colors on it. And I just ordered a lot of samples. Some of the stuff didn't work. So like when I was designing them and got samples, like it took me 3 tries just to get this. And sorry, my key light is so bright, it's messing with the colors. It took me 3 to get this right. It was either off-centered or like the outline on the kaiju was wrong. That's why I added more white to it so it would show up. So samples are important. That's why I was like, if you're gonna do Fourth Wall, let me know. I'll send you a link, get some extra sample credit. And yeah, Al's right here. Always get samples. Anything I put live, I have samples of everything. Like even this Peak Blade shirt right here, which the light is kind of making it, but look at that. If you know this date right here, because I can't see because I'm blocking my own camera. If you know this and you've seen Blade, you know what that date means. You know what that park bench means. You definitely know. So it's one of the things like samples. So I guess gonna have to oh wait, yeah, Shin Godzilla's got them thighs. Luckily, I had to modify that so it wasn't anything that looked similar to any trademarked kaijus, because at first it was looking a little bit too much like something from Pacific Rim. And I already talk enough shit about Guillermo del Toro, so like I was like, listen, I don't want anything from his camp. Like he's bilingual. He knows English and Spanish. Like I'm not trying to like get on his bad side, even if I think some of the stuff was thank you, dude. This is like my favorite. This is the only design that also has an actual poster available to order. I ordered one. I just need a frame to put it in because it was too clean of a design. And people were gonna, oh man, it'd be cool if that was a poster. I'm like, done, sold. Because very few designs that I'm working on are like movie poster inspired. But yeah, it's merchandising and designing. So that's the main thing I wanted to also talk about. Dude, listen, okay? It's not Del Toro slander if it's true. Pacific Rim is Neon Genesis Evangelion. 100%, okay? Like, the only original ideas he had was basically Pan's Labyrinth, and let's face it, I'll go rewatch that tonight, and I can come back tomorrow with a whole video dissertation on how that's not even original. His creature designs are good. I like the way he designs creatures. I will say this too. His take on the vampire genre with The Strain was so good. I think The Strain was underrated, overlooked. Dude, it's Mazinger mixed with freaking Evangelion. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you. It's booty. It's freaking butt cheek lettuce, 100%. Just doo-doo butter all over it. It's not peak fiction. If it's peak fiction, it would be 100% original. I'm just saying. For me personally, while I was watching Pacific Rim, I was like, I've seen this before. visual and like, but the thing is, I'm talking about just the story of the movie, okay? Visually, when I watched that movie, I was like, why can't Transformers look this good? Because Transformers live action has a lot of like hokey, cartoony, like overly CG, like the way they choose the coloring and this and that takes me out of Transformers. Pacific Rim, though, if we got that muddled tones in that style of the mechas for the Transformers, would be person. Yeah, for me, it's not peak though, because like when I'm watching the story, I'm like, kind of like, all right, we're hitting all the tropes. It wasn't a great story. Visually appealing, there are no live action robot any films that could touch Pacific Rim from a visual standpoint. Like, so it's not peak, but I will say from a visual standpoint, no robot movies can touch that film. But they should. The fact that they haven't, the fact that we've had movies with giant robots come out since the first Pacific Rim that look worse. I didn't say they have amazing. I'm just saying go back and watch. Okay, let's not talk the first Transformers, Bumblebee, or Rise of the Beasts. Those three are off the table. You can't tell me when you go back and you watch and you look at some of the transformations and you look at some of the robots and you're just like, something seems off with the color grading. Something's off with it. Go back and watch it. Go watch it with a critical. And I'm a huge Transformers fan. Love Transformers. It's not without its imperfections. Pacific Rim did the robots better. Just saying. Man, y'all gonna make me go on these like Pacific Rim tangents. This happens like every time. Yeah, dude. Okay, so Dark Side of the Moon is my favorite of them. But Bumblebee, I think Bumblebee was great. I think Bumblebee handled the CG a lot better, and from a story standpoint, it was better, more condensed. Exactly, like most of like I didn't like the color palette. I didn't like their color grading and their what they did with a lot of Transformers, and it kind of took away from the robots. Like Starscream, Megatron, stuff like that looked really good, but get off topic, you guys. You're gonna make me do a whole dissertation on freaking Pacific Rim and Transformers and robots in general, and I'll save that for another video, and I will monetize the shit out of it, and I will do the most clickbaity thumbnail possible, just to make people angry because people are still like mad about my Gotchard video, and I'm like, all right. I keep deleting so many comments because people are like, "Oh, you're just being a hater," and this that. Like when everyone was saying I was a Geats hater, and I'm like, I'm not. I'm just saying right now it's like predictable and kind of boring, and it's a lull. But the merchandising, back to that. I know the design kind of, because I mentioned Pacific Rim because my first design rough draft really looked. It looked like the main kaiju from Pacific Rim, the last one, and I was like, oh man, I was like, I gotta change that. But my designing process is really weird. I think Al can back me up on this. Like, I will have right now I have a Google Doc of about like 50 design ideas. I'm all over the place with my designs. And the reason why is like, and I'll wear my merch. Like, there's for every one shirt you see me wear in a video, there are like 10 shirts designs that I hated that I'm never going to release. Because end of the day, you guys see my toy purchases. I'm not making this to make money. Like, and I've done decent with the merch. I paid some big bills with them, but that's it. That's why I keep the prices, low, like below standard. One of the things that made me want to get like into doing this is because I got mad at Bandai. When I was I was back during like Saber, right? And I was looking for some merch. I was like, oh man, I want a cool Saber shirt or something, that'd be cool to wear in a video while I review. So what do? I go and I look for Toku designs and Toku merch. I didn't see anything for Saber. I didn't see anything really. And then I saw well, I was like, well, I could design some stuff. And like even the kaiju stuff, I was looking up like Godzilla shirts, and it's always the same thing: Godzilla silhouette, or just like the Godzilla like hiragana or kanji logo, and nothing else. No uniqueness to it. It was like copy paste the same merch over and over again. And so what I do, I was like, I'm gonna freaking go ahead and I'm gonna like dabble and look around. I started like researching this back in like 2021, and it was, and then before I launched, I was like, all right, I'm gonna, I had some designs I did myself. I had a design a friend of mine was working on, and then I was like looking around for artists. I was like, oh, maybe I'll commission some stuff out for like designs that are a little more complicated, that can fine tune mine. Because I'll always do like rough little sketches, or I'll make like some weird, like, with your kid, you make a collage, you cut out magazine stuff and put it on a paper and you kind of make your own thing. I was doing that in Photoshop with different things. Like, this is what I have for an idea. And Destiny brings up actually my next point. So when we started to get Team Kamen Rider stuff and they were putting merch up online, I noticed it was literally just like JPEG images, like just put on shirts. And then even more during Geats, they would just be the regular ID core logo, not even the full ID core, just like whatever the like Buffa's little like design, or Geats. They put them on a shirt, $30. On a hoodie, $60. And I'm like, I want to support Kamen Rider in the West, right? I'll buy your Blu-rays. I'll buy your official US toy releases. But I'll be damned if I'm going to spend $30 on a freaking, just a logo on a thing. This, right? So the Buffa shirt with just ID core, $30. This Buffa shirt, same price. Actually, I think it's $5 cheaper. I think it's $25 right now in the store. Actually, it's 10% off if you're a member on Only Henchins, and it's only $4.99 a month. You also get exclusive sticker club, which I'm rebranding, where you just get sheets of stickers and all the designs on there as options. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that's the thing, is like, so I'm just like, all right, if I can do the same price or less for a shirt that has something different, something that's not just a boring, like, if I walked around, thank you, I appreciate that. Al's a real one right now. He always has been. The support, the cooking, it appreciate it. So my thing is, like, if I wear, because I bought the ID core shirt because I was curious, and I go to a lot of like Japanese stores out here and up to like Little Tokyo and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, I'll wear the ID core shirt, see what happens. And every once in a while, like if I'm up in like Book Off or Murakami Market or Tokyo Central Main, someone would be like, oh, that's a Kamen Rider shirt. I'll wear something like this. Or one time I wore the O's jersey out, which some people definitely knew what the O's logo was on it from Al. And people would be like, is that supposed to be Kamen Rider Geats? But like, where'd you get that? And I'm like, oh no, it's on my shop and this and that. And they're like, oh wow, that's not official. It's like, I'm trying to give you guys, my goal is to always be like, I want something different. I want something unique. I want something that still can kind of turn the heads of people who aren't fully knowledgeable on Toku. So like with the Nago Beat one, having that be like a Scott Pilgrim, design. Like, I love Scott Pilgrim. And the funny thing is, the day this shirt went live, well, it was live with it, but I was promoting it, was the day they announced the 4K release of Scott Pilgrim and like a theater re-release. So Scott Pilgrim is already trending, so it helped me there. But the cool thing is, like, people were like, I didn't know what this was at first, but I knew it was Scott Pilgrim. And then they're like, oh, and then people, Kamen Rider fans, are like, wait, that's Scott Pilgrim. Like, it's like that, haha, like the Captain America, I understood that reference situation. So from a designing standpoint, like, and most of the designs that come out, like my designs, like they've already been planned 6 months beforehand. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, see, I minimal knowledge on B fighters, but I grew up. I was born in the 80s. I grew up as a kid in the 90s. I knew Beetleborgs. I still have some of those my VHSs. I still have some of the original toys somewhere around here. Like, I love Beetleborgs. Same with like VR Troopers and stuff like that. I don't mess with B fighter stuff because it's not a competition, but that's not my lane. I always stay in my lane for my designs. That's why I have no Super Sentai stuff right now. A lot of people have been requesting Super Sentai stuff. That is coming. That's probably not going to be till next year. That's because I have the rest. I've already, my planning phase is most of the stuff I start planning minimum 6 months before it's released. So like I launched the store April 1st on Fourth Wall, right? I was already planning this stuff in 2021, like almost 2 years before I even launched, because I was like doing my research on which did I want to do a print on demand? Did I want to take the risk and buy a printing, like the press myself and like make these myself here? Do I have the room for that? Is it logistically possible? No. Then I was like, all right, print on demand. Let's start doing research. I made accounts on so many different ones like Teespring, what all the other ones were. And some of them were like, it's going to be a lot of not work, but a lot of fees and this and that. And I didn't want to have to jack the prices up, because base price for some of these companies, if I sold this shirt for $25, I'd get paid $1.75 or $2, barely under $3. And I was like, well, I have a team. It's not just me. I have 2 designers. I pay them a commission for the designs, and then I give them a percentage of the sales for those designs as well. So when one shirt sells, they get a cut of it, because I'm not just trying to pay one time, thank you for the design, go fuck yourself. No, that's not the case at all. Like, this is a team. This is, they now have some passive income just like I do. And it's one of the things where it's like, I also like mashups. I like movies. What do I know more than Toku? I know horror, and I just know movies in general and TV shows. That's why my next drop, which is going to be coming out fairly soon, probably before the month is over, I'm just waiting for some samples to come in, is very TV show and game show like mashups. That's what I like to do. I like mashups. That's kind of my thing. Original designs, yes. Like I have the Tokusatsu shirt, which was, my friend helped me do this. Actually, I can show you. Let me add. I don't know why I'm talking about this stuff, and I have my shop. Like I can just show you. Like, damn. So let's see. Show on stream. There we go. This is the shop. And so I have like wave 2, wave 1, which is retired. So like I said, when I have a new wave coming out, I retire the previous wave. It goes to members only. So when wave 2 retires and wave 3 comes out, wave 1 will be retired completely, and then will be brought back as like an anniversary or, a special occasion. So I like Full House. I like 90s TV shows. So obviously for build, I had to do a Full House mashup for full bottles. It just makes sense, right? Like that's the shit that clicks in my head. And the shirt's $20. Like, it's one of those things. It's like, I've seen some of the build shirts that were released, and I was like, this is like, it's not bad, but like, and the thing is, I've also supported a lot of officially released merch. It's just, I want something out there. I want something that's different. And like, this is my brain at work. Like, this mug is the most dad joke ever, because it's a hen and then an arrow pointing at a shin. So it's henshin. It's stupid. It doesn't work on a shirt though, because I got a sample. Like I said before, sometimes the stuff doesn't work, and this one didn't work on a shirt. But having it on a mug, I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is so stupid. I need it, right? Actually, did they fix the okay, it did fix. Before, I had issues going between the 11-ounce mug and the 15-ounce mug with the logos not working. That's trial and error. That's why I get samples. If something prints offset or not right, I'm basically like, all right, this isn't live yet. Nothing is live until I'm happy with the sample, and I have to pay for the sample too. And it's not like these samples are like $2 each either. They're pretty. They're probably about a little bit more than half the price. So like a sample for this shirt would be about $12 to get. So all these shirts I pay like, and I don't get a cut of this. Obviously, it's not a sale. It's just a sample, which is why I said, if you guys want a Fourth Wall, shop, I have a tweet. I think it's my pinned tweet that might have my affiliate link. If not, I can gladly provide it to you. Just tweet me or DM me, just so you can get some extra sample. You know, um, yeah, it's not a good price. Okay, so it is a pretty good price. The best part is for the hoodies, because the hoodies, even then I'm able to keep them. Like the zip up one, I had to do 60 because the zip up hoodie is more expensive to produce. It has the Night of Living Buffa on the front. The string is blocking it, but the word is there. But then I have the full design on the back of it as my mouse freaking flips out. So I was able to have, that's the only downside. I had to put that at 60 because of the base price of the hoodie to get it. I have to have a minimum price to set it at, or I actually get charged money every time someone buys one. And so if I set this to like $40 every time someone bought one, I'd have to pay like $8. And I'm like, well, that's the opposite. So I just set it to the minimum amount that they would allow where I don't have to pay money. But it's one of the things, it's like all the different designs have different style. Like the Only Henshins, I wasn't even gonna do that. And then freaking K20 and a few others like, hey man, you should put the Only Henshins logo on a freaking shirt. And I'm like, I don't wanna, but I'll do it. And so I did. And then people were buying it. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm doing this, one, to have some merch for everyone to enjoy, but to also just have fun and just do some designs. But man, when people like say, hey, it'd be kind of cool if you release this, and then I do, and I'm like, I don't, and then it sells, because I was never going to do hoodies. I was never going to, and I'm going to have to go to wave 1 for this, even though it's retired. So I was never going to do hoodies. And then I did the Big Meaty Kaiju and then the I'll Go Beat hoodie. I was never going to do it. And for $40. So this is tentatively $20 cheaper than the $60 Buffa hoodie. That's just the ID core. And it's $20 cheaper. So I was never going to do hoodies. And good friend K20. I always bring him up because he's the guy, like, literally, and same with Al. But back before I was starting all the stuff, like I was trying to K20, I was like, send him a logo. I'm like, yo, this is quite good. He's like, man, you should put on a hoodie. I'll buy it if it's on a hoodie, because he likes to wear hoodies and pullover hoodies. And they didn't have zip ups at the time, because Fourth Wall is still a newer company for print on demand. They've been around, I think, less than 2 years, but they have the mindset of content creators doing this and giving you good quality print. Like, there's different shirt styles too. You can do a thicker style. I like the slim, more light and airy ones because it's really hot in California. So K20 hits me up a hoodie, and I'm just thinking, I'm like, all right, I guess I'll put a hoodie on there. I wasn't gonna. I just wanted t-shirts only and maybe a mug. That's it. That was my whole entire that. Just t-shirts, and that's it. No hoodies, no tank tops, no mugs, no posters. But then I went on a whim. I was like, all right, I'll do a hoodie. Tell me how this hoodie, this Nago Beat versus the World hoodie, is legitimately one of my top sellers. Even from a member standpoint, I have a few members on there, and they still buy the hoodie. Like, and I've had people buy them for their friends too. And I'm sitting here like, bro, like, this, for the first almost 4 months of my shop being open, was my number one seller. Not the design itself, just the hoodie, this exact hoodie. And I was like, and some people got them in, like, there's other colors, like there's a blue color and this and that, but it won't let me see them because I'm not a member, apparently, even though it's my storefront. But people were buying it like crazy, and I was like, how? And even right now, the Buffer shirt itself is really popular still. And then this is the Tokusatsu shirt. And I like the different color options. I'm picky too. So with samples, I'll get samples of these in different colors. Now, if you want a hoodie towards the winter, I can unlock. I can take it off members if you want to get a hoodie. That's fine. Like, there's a few people been asking me, like, I want a hoodie, but like the Buffa, Night of Living Buffa didn't look good on a pullover. And like I said, that's why I get samples. So the Night of Living Dead or the Night of Living Buffa shirt didn't look good on a pullover hoodie. Something seemed off with it, and I think it's because of how the logo is a rectangle, but it conflicted with the pouch of the hoodie, like the front little pocket area, whereas the Nago Beat one was fine because it was more of a condensed logo that was a PNG and there was no background to it, so it wasn't so rectangular. So I didn't put the buffa shirt on a pullover, but from a zip up, that worked perfectly. But even this, the Tokusatsu shirt, this is just a fun little shirt. My friend who helped me with this font we made. So this isn't a font you can go on like and download or anything. We had to make a whole font. So I could sit there with this Tokusatsu now and go into any program and load up that font, and I can type all day, any sentences, any words, anything I want in that font. We had to make our own font for this because I wasn't happy with I didn't want to use standard fonts. Everyone does that, right? I wanted something cool, inspired by Japan. Even the smaller stuff underneath it is technically another font we kind of modified and did. So it looks very similar, but it was its own font as well. So we made 2 fonts